Fresh, ready for another great week. Remember, Mondays are 1/7 of your life. Do not go through life hating Mondays. Look at it as another day to start to get your goals, spend time with your family. It should be just another great day. You don't want to go through your entire life hating 1/7 of your life. That's just terrible. Enjoy a Monday. So this week, I'm going to talk a lot about importance of sleep and maybe give you some tips on how to get better sleep. The first thing I'm going to talk about today is the importance of getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep a night. As adults, especially those of us that are in their 40s, maybe you only need about 7.5 hours of sleep a night. That's pretty good for somebody my age. But we should all be targeting 8 hours a night. If you have children, your children should be getting 12, 14 hours of sleep a day. I hear about some kids that their parents might keep up till 10 o'clock and then they got to get up and go to school at 7 in the morning and then they don't take a nap all day. That's only 9 hours of sleep. And kids with their brains, their bodies, fighting off illnesses, all that germs they get at school and stuff, they need their sleep. Sleep is probably the most important thing to us as far as just staying healthy and not being sick, because our chance of body repair. Think about this. If you're out moving around all day, your body's worried about all the stimulus, all that's going on, moving itself, all the things that are going on a daily basis, things that information you're taking in, stuff you're doing. When you're at night, your body is in full-on repair mode. It's repairing itself. It's fighting off illness. It's repairing muscles from your hard workout that day. It's helping your brain process stuff that it's brought in for the day and storing it and just making yourself healthy. It's fighting off stress. Stress is terrible for you. All of that. Getting solid sleep is imperative to being a healthy human being. 8 hours of sleep. You should be getting that. I'm going to talk about, as we go on throughout the week, maybe some tips to help you achieve those 8 hours, but you're trying to shoot for being in bed and asleep for 8 hours a night. Some of you have some fancy watches that maybe will help track that stuff. I know I'm in bed usually by 8:15 every night. Usually falling asleep somewhere around 8:30 almost every night. And then depending on the day, if I'm here for 5 a.m. class, I'm getting up around 4:15. So that's about 8 hours in bed. If I don't have to be here till 6, then I'm getting up at 5:15. And now I'm looking at like 9 hours in bed, which is really great because usually I get really close to full 8 hours of sleep. Usually I have a little bit of unrestful time at night, whether it's going to the bathroom, stuff like that. I'm going to talk about some tips for that later this week. But 8 hours of sleep, shooting for 7 at the minimum. If you're constantly getting 5 or 6, you're doing yourself a disservice. You need to get that sleep. So we'll talk about that this week. Today's workout. This month has been miserable Mondays, and this should definitely be a miserable Monday. So we're going to a max effort Monday also. So a lot of us remember the max effort workouts. We've had these, we had these quite often. We're on a Monday, max effort Monday. We have 1 minute max reps, etc., so on and so forth. We're doing that today. We're going 6 rounds. A lot of times it's only 3 or 4 or 5 rounds, but there's not quite as many movements. So sometimes we'll have 5 or 6 movements. Today we have 4. We have 1 minute max box jumps, 1 minute max front squats at 95-65. That should be a really lightweight. 1 minute max push-ups, 1 minute max dumbbell, shoulder overhead at 50-35. That will be 2 dumbbells, shoulder overhead. So we hit those legs with the box jumps and the front squats, and hit that chest and shoulders with the push-ups and the dumbbell to shoulder overhead, and then we rest 1 minute. So max box jumps, max front squats, max push-ups, max dumbbell shoulder overhead, rest a minute, 6 rounds. So it ends up being a 30-minute workout. It's been a really long workout. It's going to be a ton of reps, but it kind of goes with the theme that we've had this week or this month of a lot of what I've called miserable Mondays. And I think this one should be miserable. But don't make your Monday miserable. Don't make your Monday miserable. Just this workout might be miserable. But when you're done, you're going to feel great. You're going to feel amazing. You're going to be ready for 8 hours of sleep that night. Have a good Monday.